Hey guys, welcome back to Large Scale RC Nation. Today we're going over the 1242 Walbro Carb from OBR. Let's open this package and check it out. So here you can see we have the 1242 Carb from OBR. It is pretty similar as the 990 carb, which most guys use and prefer to use as they're easy to tune. Here I have a 990 to compare it next to. As you can see, there is a little bit of difference on here, and we will tear these apart and look at the differences on the internals and externals of the carbs. So at first glance, you're going to notice this black primer bulb compared to the clear primer bulb. Now, a lot of guys would say that they would recommend a clear primer bulb so you can see the amount of fuel in there, but you can also notice that the fuel return line, which would be your clear line on top up here coming off, you'll be able to see fuel coming out of that. So there's no really reason to have the clear one. Yes, it's nice to see the visual, but the fact is you can see in the return line fuel coming out back to your car, as I'll demonstrate for you to let you know that your primer bulb is full. So here's a quick demonstration to show you that you don't need to really look at the bulb. As soon as you see fuel coming out of the line on the return, you'll know that you're getting fuel. See, there's fuel there now, and your bulb is full. So as long as you can see this, you're good to go. So the reason that this primer bulb is black, it is ethanol resistant compared to the standard one. This one will change in color, it will start to yellow, it will start to crack, it will start to leak, where this one is resistant and it will last you a long time, probably the entire life of your carburetor. So not only do you get the black ethanol resistant primer bulb, you also get the heavy duty primer bulb plate. As you can see that it's contoured for strength and it covers more of the surface area, which is going to make it have a better seal. Here you can see the difference between the two. You can see the contour here, which is going to give it more strength. It's going to be heavy duty. You can see it covers more of the surface area where it doesn't on the standard 990 carb. And we'll go ahead and open this up and remove our purge body, so that way we can check out the fuel metering chamber. Here you can see the difference between the heavy duty primer bulb plate compared to the stock factory one on the 990. And you can see that this definitely is a lot better heavy duty plate compared to the factory one. Now the fuel pumps you can see are pretty much the same, not much difference here. And we'll go ahead and remove those. And now we're going to get to our gasket and our diaphragms. Here we have the factory paper diaphragm, which is made of a fabric covered with a rubber. Walbro had a hard time creating a seal around the rivet, which created a leak path. Here you can see the rivet, and they would have trouble with it leaking underneath the rivet. Now on the 1242 carb, you have the spiral metering diaphragm, which is made of a stainless steel. It has a high-grade teflon membrane. The spiral diaphragm was the first major change in over 60 years, which is impervious to the effects of ethanol and does not deteriorate with age compared to the paper diaphragm. The paper diaphragm will deteriorate, stretch, which will eventually leak. So here you can see the stainless steel spiral diaphragm, and here is the high-grade teflon membrane sitting right here on top. So here you can see on the paper diaphragm that I was talking about, you can see the rivet going through right here, and with the washer, this is where they're having trouble creating a seal, which would make it leak and not last compared to the spiral diaphragm. Now we're going to get into the fuel metering chamber, which is this area right here. what we have is the inlet needle, the metering lever, and the spring which is underneath, which makes it rebound. So what happens here is this pulsates up and down super fast, which allows fuel to go underneath the inlet needle to the engine. So the 1242 comes with an upgraded metering lever and a softer spring. This is going to allow more fuel at a lower RPM. And here we have the 990. As you can see, has the standard metering lever, standard spring. OBR went ahead and put in all these extra upgrades so that way your carburetor is more bulletproof. You have the Teflon gasket, the high-grade Teflon membrane, the stainless steel spiral diaphragm, your ethanol resistant primer bulb. But this carburetor not only will take pump gas or petrol, whatever you guys decide to call it, 87 through 91. That also will take 100, 110, 216, and straight ethanol by itself for you dragster guys. So here you can see with the paper diaphragm that it will eventually leak between the rivet and the paper as it will deteriorate from the ethanol. Here you have the high-grade Teflon membrane. You can see that clear coat over the stainless steel. That is the membrane itself. So this will eventually leak in the center where this one is solid and it will never leak. So I want to go over a little bit of care with you guys on your carburetor, but I also want to make a comment that OBR spent the extra money with Walbro designing this and giving you the ethanol resistant gaskets, your heavy duty Teflon membrane, your spiral diaphragm, your heavy duty primer bulb that is ethanol resistant. That way your parts don't deteriorate on you. But I also want to go over the fact that you want to avoid damage to your carb, as ethanol can affect soft parts like the diaphragm, the fuel pump, gaskets. It also attracts moisture, causing corrosion on aluminum parts, which will be your carb body itself. So make sure that you use fresh fuel. Remove any fuel if it's going to be over 6 weeks or more. By doing this, you won't create any corrosion on the aluminum and deteriorate any parts in your carburetor itself. You can do that simply by removing your black fuel inlet line on the bottom of the carburetor, which is right here, and just push your primer bulb till it extracts all the fuel out of your exhaust line. So here it is, guys, the 1242 carb. Just wanted to go over some of the information, the differences on this 1242 compared to the 990. Even though they do look similar, this is a heavy duty carburetor. It's going to last you a long time. O'Neill Brothers Racing also has a bored out version where they machine this out bigger, so it's going to have more air intake to go with the velocity stack. But this is an awesome carburetor. Definitely recommend this carb. As you can hear from Dan, I asked him a few questions, and check out this clip.
All right, so it has the lower pop-off spring in it, which delivers more fuel at lower RPMs. So it's got all the goodies from Walbro. So internally, it we did our changes, and then Walbro did what they wanted to put all the extra stuff on it. And that's what the 1242 is.
And it tunes just like the 990 carb.
It tunes actually a little leaner because of the pop-off spring.
Okay.
You're a little leaner on the tune. You're usually about 1.5, or like 1.5 on the high and 1 turn on the low is where I set them, and then I'll tune from there.
And then did you work with them to build this, or?
Oh yeah, we approached them to do our own carburetor, and we've known Chris at Walbro for a long time, and he's like, yeah, well, let's do this, and this, and we went in development with them, and that's what we came up with. So awesome. It's great for stock engines, and it works even better for modified engines. All the race guys the whole team runs them.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video on this carburetor, the review. It's great carb. This is going to give you more horsepower compared to the 990. It's a bigger carburetor, so you're going to have better fuel, better air intake. I asked for Walbro to send me a dyno of the 990 compared to the 1242. Unfortunately, I haven't got a response back from them. I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing and review on this 1242 badass carburetor. Definitely can't wait to throw this in the truck and see how it does. If you guys like this video or any other ones that I do, please give it a thumbs up. It will help the video populate in the channel. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That will allow you guys to automatically see when I post my new videos on future videos. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.